Hey guys, it's your girl Vanessa Samino. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys all for tuning in again. So you guys, today is all about what your spirit guides are trying to tell you right now. So I have 4 groups prepared for you. The timestamps are down below, so you can just fast forward to whichever group that you chose. So I want you to choose the cards intuitively. I want you to just, meditate on the cards. Pick whatever card really resonates with you. And I always say this, you may resonate with more than one card, so it is up to you if you just pick the card that you resonate with the strongest, or if you watch 2 or 3. It's up to you to know how many groups you want to watch, but ideally you will resonate very strongly with one group. So yeah, you guys, that is all that there is for my intro. Let's get straight into the reading. Hey guys, so I want to welcome you to today's reading. So if you haven't picked a group yet, I want you to just meditate on the 4 groups. I want you to take your time. If you are stressed before you tune into this video, if you have a lot going on around you, just give yourself a couple of minutes just to zone out and really listen to what the spirits are trying to tell you. So if you like, pause this video to choose your group. And once you've chosen your group, we're gonna get straight into group number 1. Here we have group number 1. A starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. I see that there are a lot of possibilities that you didn't even consider, or that you felt you might not even be able to achieve, or maybe you thought that you're not worthy for that possibility or that outcome. And Starfish Spirit is here to tell you that that is not true. You are completely worthy of whatever possibility it is that you wish to achieve in your life, whatever outcome it is that you're looking at. Starfish Spirit is here to remind you that there are so many different possibilities, some that you may have never even considered or thought that were real for you. But keep in mind that you have infinite potential. Then we have Skunk Spirit. Know your worth. So in Skunk Spirit, I see that you may have maybe been going through a tough time with yourself. So people around you may not know this, but you have been struggling a little bit with yourself internally. And now is the time to know your worth. Now is the time to be you, no matter what anyone says. You are worthy of everything that you dreamed of and more. I'm here to remind you that it's perfectly fine to be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself and all of your accomplishments. And not everyone will agree with your values or share your vision, and that's okay, because you know your worth and you know who you are. And you have that confidence deep within you to know your worth and embrace yourself, no matter, what other people may think. So then Giraffe Spirit. So see the big picture. I see that the spirits are kind of concerned about you mulling over little things. So in Giraffe Spirit, I see that sometimes you need to remember to just take a break, take a step back, and look at things from the wide range. Look at things from a different angle, from the big picture. So instead of focusing solely on little details, I'm not saying forget about those little details, but I see that you need to see the big picture. Sometimes you can stress over little things and it's kind of messing with your vibe. So make sure that you always take a step back and see things from a bigger perspective, and that way you can ensure that you don't miss any of the little details that may be really important for your success, happiness, and well-being. Then we have Cat Spirit, claim your independence. So I see that there might have been some sort of codependency in your life. This could be in a relationship, romantically, or say with a parent or a friend. There might have been codependency at a time in your life. There might be codependency right now. And it's important for you now to claim your independence. I see that you need to be your own person and stand on your own 2 feet. I see that you may have been influenced by a relationship. You may have been influenced in ways that maybe you didn't like, I mean, it doesn't need to be a negative influence, but I see that you need to be independent now. You need to stand on your own 2 feet, and you need to just be you without that dependency on someone else. The only way that you can truly grow is to have a healthy sense of like self-respect and self-worth. So you want to make sure that you're not depending on anyone. So just sort of practice taking risks on your own and just wander off into new territories, things that you haven't explored yet, because you can do it. I can see that, you know, you're capable of doing it. You just need to take that leap. And remember, a cat always lands on his feet, and so will you. So don't be worried about new challenges and just anything new in your life. You'll land on your feet. I can see that you're a solid person and there's no sort of danger ahead. Then we have Stag Spirit. So you may not know that you are a leader, or you may feel like you're not adequate to be a leader, but I can see that it is time for you to take the lead in your life. So what I see that's important for you is to stay humble and be authentic, and definitely claim back your independence. I feel like you're not as independent as you potentially could be, and I see that gaining that extra independence will truly open up new doors for you and new possibilities that you might have never even noticed before. Okay, so we got group number 2. Porcupine Spirit, Eagle Spirit, Spider Spirit. Then we also have Sandpiper and Bat Spirit. So first of all, what I see here is that you have a lot of creatures that can fly or are somewhere up in the air. So I see that you may be of an air sign, which is, you know, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. That could be you. And that leads me to thinking that you're a very creative, fun, and adventurous person. Like, you're very exciting, or you love like exciting adventures. So that is just overall what I get from group number 2. Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. I see that even though you do like adventure, I see that maybe you've had all your little needles showing outward, making sure that, you know, no one comes in who can hurt you. And I see that maybe you might have self-sabotaged romantic relationships just because you don't want to get hurt. You're a very adventurous, fun person, but at the same time, there's a part that is very vulnerable about you that not many people know, and you're trying to protect that part. And I see that you may have been putting up a bit more walls than you need to. So I think you definitely need to let those walls down, because I see that there are beautiful relationships on the horizon. There are amazing possibilities for you coming up. But if you're closed off, if you have all your little, if you're closed off into a little porcupine ball, then you won't be able to take advantage of all of the amazing things that are coming your way. Also, I see that, you know, with Eagle Spirit, Spirit has your back. So I see that all of your spirit guides are sort of behind you. They have your back, and I feel like you may sometimes not fully, you may sometimes be afraid to just trust that everything will turn out all right, and you know that you can just basically, like an eagle, just soar above and let things glide smoothly. And I want you to let go of any sort of resistance. I want you to just glide. I want you to let life take you on its journey and not to worry too much about the outcome or the whereabouts of where you're going to end up, because I see that you're going to end up in an amazing place. And with the Sandpiper Spirit, I see that, you know, just be playful, just be yourself. If you don't ever feel inadequate, or like your real self is not what it's supposed to be, or what you feel like or you feel like society won't accept you for who you are. You know, we all have a really goofy side to ourselves, but the difference is only very few people show how they really truly are. And I see, like, you should just be playful, just embrace yourself, just be who you are. And I see that people will respond really well to you just being yourself and just, you know, going along your journey with like a happy, upbeat, playful sort of mood. So I see that maybe you might have got caught in like a web of self-doubt at a point. I see that maybe you might have got caught in like a web of negativity. So something may have been holding you up from really following your dreams. And I see that that may have been, you know, stress financially, stress in school, like maybe you've had a lot of exams, or you've just been trying to push through to pass like a semester or a term. So I see that something has been holding you up from making your dreams real. I want you to keep spinning your little web of dreams and don't give up on it. And I want you not to give up on your dreams, because I can see here that a rebirth is assured in Bath Spirit. I see that you're gonna move forward with all the amazing things that you were worried about losing in the old you, the old life, your old self, and you're gonna move forward taking the amazing traits, leaving all the negative behind, and you're gonna start up something, a new chapter in your life. I see that this is an amazing time for any sort of creative project, for any sort of business venture that you're trying to do. I see that you have like the energy and you have the drive. All you need to do is follow through with it. Okay, so group number 3. So, butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. So first off, what I see here is that you are blossoming into something new. Maybe you're still in the cocoon, so to say, and you may feel uncomfortable right now, but I see that everything around you and yourself, you're going to blossom into something beautiful, into something so much different than you were before. And I don't want you to be afraid, because I see amazing things coming for you. Then we have panther spirit, canary spirit, frog spirit, and lion spirit. So I want to go straight into frog spirit, because I find that one of the most important things for you to do right now. Clear out the clutter. So, you know, look around you right now. Are there things around you that don't make you feel inspired, that don't make you feel happy, that don't make you feel good, that remind you of who you used to be, not who you want to be? If you have physical clutter around you, you need to clean that out. You need to get that away, because physical clutter equals mental clutter. And also mentally, it's important for you to clean out anything mentally that's holding you back. So if you have any self-limiting beliefs about yourself, or you feel like you're not good enough, or you can't achieve certain things, or like there is a limit to what you can achieve, I want you to start working on cleaning that out, because that's not true. And it's just gonna stop you or slower your process of, you know, this new amazing, I see a lot of amazingness here, okay? Of this new amazing you. I see that you're going to blossom into this beautiful butterfly, and in order for the transformation to go smoothly, you need to clean out any sort of clutter that's keeping you from moving forward. And also at the same time, I want you to sing your own song. I want you to see that, you know, being yourself and walking your walk, talking your talk, it's so important, and it ties in with Panther spirit of reclaiming your power. So if you've been afraid to talk a certain way, to say certain things, to act a certain way, but you know exactly this is who you want to be, this is always who you want, this is always who you want it to be, now is the time to be it. Don't be afraid to ruffle anyone's feathers. Just sing your own song, be your own person. I see that in Panther Spirit, I see you're a very strong character, you're a very strong person. At the same time, you're sensitive towards criticism, and you can be worried about what friends and family may think if you really show, your true self. And that is especially if you feel like you've changed recently, if you've been going through some sort of spiritual transformation, if you just feel like you're becoming a different person. Don't forget that change is the only constant in this world. And if you've been going through a lot of changes and you're worried to embrace these new changes because they're part of who you are now, they're part of the amazing person that you're becoming, don't be afraid. Be yourself. Have that power and have that strength and that confidence. People are going to love you. I can see that you're worried for nothing, because the people who are close to you, the closest in your life, they are going to appreciate the new you and they're going to accept you unconditionally. Also in the Lion Spirit, I see that on your journey, it's important for you to be generous with your time. It's important for you to spend more time with your loved ones. I feel like recently you haven't been spending as much time communicating with friends and family, or you haven't been communicating as deeply as you want to. And I see right now that it's a time for you to be generous. The spirits are saying that all of your relationships are going to flourish as long as you're showing that you're worthy and you're generous. And make sure you take this journey with humility and kindness. You might have been suffering with a little bit of low self-esteem, and I see that, maybe that has to do with social media, maybe that has to do with your workplace, but you need to let go of that thinking, because you can do everything that you desire to do. You have amazing energy. All you need to do is put it out into the world. So take pride in the new role that is you. Take pride in this transformation. Make sure that you ooze abundance, that you're generous, because what you put out there is what you receive. So if you put out generosity abundantly, I see a lot of good coming towards you. So if you've been at a point where you feel like, what am I even doing? I can see that a new leaf is turning for you soon. Okay, group number 4. Okay, so first off, I see in Brown Bear Spirit that, first of all, you need to take a time out. So if you have time right now for a nap, for some sort of just recap, this is time to do it. I can see that your juices are a little low. You've had a lot to do, a lot has been going on, and it's time for you to take a bit of a break, a bit of a breather, a little bit of rest. Another thing that I see is that the animals are predominantly earthy animals. This leads me to think that maybe you're a Taurus, maybe you're a Virgo, maybe you're a Capricorn. Maybe you're one of the earth signs, because I can see sort of a very grounded, reliable, loyal aura going on here. And that's typically an attribute for a earth sign. So I see here in the Dog Spirit is that you're very much loved and you're a very cherished member of the family. And I see that it's important that you're not only loyal to those around you, loyal to those that you love, but I see that it's also important for you to be loyal to what it is that you like to do. I see that there's a lot of good fortune coming for you, and I see that you love people even if they're transforming, even if they're changing. Your heart is very loving and warm and true, and I see that because of that, there's a lot of abundance coming towards you. And I know sometimes you may worry that you may be all by yourself in case of you going through a rough time, like financially in a relationship, but I see that you have a really amazing, loving surrounding, and people will be there for you. Another thing that I see is that if there is something romantic on the horizon here, don't be afraid to let it evolve. Don't be afraid to see where it goes. Don't be worried that some people may see you as disloyal. So I see that if you're single, you may be talking to multiple people and you're worried to let one thing evolve and you're worried to see where this particular thing may go. And I'm telling you to just let it flourish and not be worried about people thinking you're disloyal, because I see a lot of good fortune coming for you in your relationships. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. So I see that you may be a very grounded, rational thinking person, and you're open to spirituality, you're open to the universe, but I feel like sometimes maybe you're not 100% sure really how much power the universe has. You clicking on this video and you choosing group number 4, it is a powerful coincidence that logic cannot explain. And that is something undeniable. Life is full of coincidences that logic can't explain, and they can be very meaningful. And I want you to look out for those coincidences right now, because they may be pointing you in a direction. They may be trying to tell you something. There's so much unexplained magic in this world, and often we just tend to sort of brush over it or think it doesn't really mean anything. But now is time to look out to those little signs and see if the universe is trying to tell you something. With Coyote Spirit here, I see that might have to do with your job or your education. I see that you need to trust in detours. So you may feel like there's only one way for you to get from A to B. There's only one way for you to be successful. But there are a lot of ways that are not conventional. There are a lot of ways that you can influence your life. There are a lot of detours that end up putting you in a way more amazing spot than you ever wanted to be. So make sure that you remember to be open to detours. If the route that you originally wanted to take in life kind of has a blockage in front of it, don't just stand there, don't just be stagnant. Look for a way around it. So if you're having financial troubles and you feel like I just kind of need to hang in there and try to work extra shifts to get around it, think outside of the box. You know, maybe there's a little side hustle that you can start. Maybe you can be looking for a different job while this job is just keeping you sort of afloat. You may feel a lot less valuable than you actually are. So just put yourself out there, and there may be an amazing detour to getting around what's happening right now that's not in your favor. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. So I want you to remember that the universe has amazing things in stock. The universe is full of abundance. And it's now coming to remind you to show love and gratitude for all the extraordinary potential that's available and out there, and it's right at your fingertips. So I want you to be appreciative of the many little gifts that are available to you right now. Your appreciation for what's available to you right now will open doors to other things and make even more available. And that's how abundance works. When you appreciate what is available right now, a lot more becomes available to you in the future. So this is a very powerful time for you to manifest your desires, financially, business-wise, so make sure that you make the most out of it. But as I said at the beginning of the reading, first and foremost, I see with the Brown Bear Spirit, you need to take a little time out. You need to take either a nap or a long weekend. You first need to really recuperate and regain your full strength, because that way you can push forward on your journey with like a fresh zest for life. I can see a lot of inspiration and motivation, a lot of energy, just a lot of action coming your way. So you want to be ready for it. So make sure you give yourself a little bit of time to rest before you take on the next step. Okay, you guys, so that was it for today's reading. I hope you liked it. If you did, do not forget to thumbs this video up, and I will see you guys in my next reading.